If you would like to speak on any item, if you haven't done so, please fill out the green slip at the rear of the room by Officer Carroll over there and hand it to the city clerk here in the front of the room. And she will call out your name. We'd appreciate it if you keep your comments to 3 minutes. As I mentioned earlier, the green light will come on when you approach the podium, and the red light will come on when your time is up.
Bruce Drury, 3555 Long Street, Beaumont, Texas.
Good afternoon, Mayor Ames. Again, congratulations on your reelection.
Thank you.
Members of council, Manager Hayes, and my favorite student, Amy Tomei. I'm here to talk about Cattail Marsh. Beaumont's Cattail Marsh has great potential as an attraction to the city. It is an innovative facility for treating wastewater. It's an environmental refuge, and it's great for bird watching. The marsh was created, as you well know, as the cheapest and most innovative alternative for treating the effluent from the city's sewage treatment plant. It does that job quite well, although some alterations have been necessary, especially those over the last 5 years. But it's a prime example of a project that can serve the sewage disposal needs of an urban area, such as Beaumont, and be environmentally friendly as well. Cattail Marsh is also a year-round refuge for birds, mammals, and aquatic life. And we humans can take advantage of the trails and levees for walking, jogging, bike riding, or just observing the many inhabitants of the marsh. Bird watching, however, has the greatest potential opportunity for the marsh. Cattail Marsh is site number 19 on the upper Texas Gulf Coast segment of the Great Texas Coastal Birding Trail, a route that is followed in the fall and spring by tens of thousands of birders from all over the United States and indeed all over the world. The problem with Cattail Marsh as a birder and tourist attraction is that it needs a few enhancements. The boardwalk that went out over one of the cells in the past was removed when the wetland cells were being changed, altered. The boardwalk should be replaced and supplemented by an observation tower. Those two things, the boardwalk and the tower, would make it significantly easier for birders, tourists, and the like. In addition, better signage and maps would assist visitors. Cattail Marsh is a fantastic resource that the city of Beaumont should be quite proud of. It could be used for environmental education for school children and could attract more birder tourists, and as a result mean more money for hotels and restaurants and other businesses. I hope council will authorize the water department to begin its development. And I should note that I am representing Bruce Drury, who's been out there many, many times, but also the Sierra Club, the Golden Triangle Audubon Society, and some other groups could be enlisted in the cause. And thank you very much. I have also Dr. Hez Obi and his, I don't know whether Rexine, his wife Rexine, is going to speak or not, but Hez will tell you how impressed he was last week.
Thank you, Dr. Drury.
Hez Obi, 1870 Rakesha, Beaumont, Texas.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Bruce said everything I was going to say, so I don't have much to say, but I was out there the first time last week, and I was so impressed by it. It was just, I wanted everybody in Beaumont to be able to see it. They do such a great job. And I heard from a civil engineer that's been living down in the Gwinnett, Hampshire, Winnie area for all his life, and he said that the last 20 years, it's amazing how the streams have been unpolluted in this area. The algae was so bad that the fish were leaving because the fish pull the water out, or the air out of the water, and they don't have anything to breathe, so they go elsewhere. And they're back in abundance now. So Anything you can do to enhance the people of Beaumont to be able to see that area, I think it would be a great cause.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Albee.
That's all that I have, Mayor.
Is there any other citizen who wishes to speak today? If not, thank you all for coming. We will now recess into executive